Hi there everyone, this is Tamara here, coming at you live from my home here in Australia. Thank you so much for stopping by my humble hood and just to watch a video with me today. Look, I'm really excited, and I wanted to come on board and just basically shoot this video because I've been inspired by something that I actually never ever knew that it has actually touched someone else's life many years ago. Now the story goes something like this. Apparently about 7 years ago I was involved in the health industry, and you know, we were doing seminars and doing giving out information about the health industry in general, and especially with women's health. So just the other day I was actually at the beach. We went out with my family, we went fishing, and as we were out there, we were handing out little pamphlets about my business and talking to people, and it's just an amazing time for us, just being away with my family, having a great time, and just talking to everybody that we could talk to on the day. And in particular, this lady actually came up to me and she said to me the most amazing thing that I've ever heard, and I mean, it actually never crossed my mind that something that I did about 7 years ago would have a huge impact on someone's life, and she said to me on that day, she said, Tamara, is that you? And I said, yes, this is me. And she said to me, you know what, girl? She came and hugged me, and she just, it was like she was overwhelmed with, emotions. And she said to me, do you remember you came over to one of our church activities? We had a women's pamper night, and we were she was telling me the story that we were actually talking about breast cancer and cervical cancer, and how to do self-examine on us women, on ourselves. And she said, she actually it was an eye-opener for her, because she has a family that actually goes through it's in their gene, I guess, that they go through that cycle where most of the women in their family actually have breast cancer. So and she was going on about, oh, you know what, if you hadn't come out that night to do that presentation and show us the how to examine ourselves and how to look for lumps and that on our breasts and stuff like that, I wouldn't be here today. And she said, and my daughter and my mother, we did all that, every day we do checks, just on ourselves, and you've actually saved our lives. You've actually saved our lives. And I mean, to me, I was like, wow, I that was like 7 years ago, and I thought, it was like flashback for me. I stood there and I did not know the name of this person. We were actually at the presentation. We were doing the presentation, so we're at the front of the room, and they were in the crowd. So I would never know who was in the crowd. There's just so many people. But for somebody to actually come to you and tell you that you've actually saved their lives after 7 years, it's just like, wow. It was like I stood there, I was lost for words. I didn't know what to say. And one thing that touched me, where she was going on, she just wouldn't stop talking. She was on and on about it, and how she's sharing with other people, and how she's telling everybody, do this. If you've got a history in your family of breast cancer and cervical cancer and what have you, do this, and this could save your life, and check into the doctors more regularly if and I was just standing there with my mouth open. It was just like, wow. And one thing touched me as she was walking away from me. She said to me, "Girl, you need to share your knowledge with other people, because you just never know who is out there that you could actually save their lives." And that was like, wow, that was the message for me on that day. When I came away, I was a different person. Just from that moment, I listened to her words, and I came away and I thought about many things that I'm currently doing after 7 years, and how far I've come, and that actually brings me to why I'm basically doing what I'm doing right now. And I mean, with just that story, I came back and I thought about, wow, how much have I got up my sleeves that I'm not actually out there sharing with other people. And it all comes down to service. And I thought about it a lot ever since that day, how much knowledge I've been blessed with, and that I'm supposed to share with other people. And and a lot of the time I am so self-conscious of what other people might think of what I have to share, or what other people may think of me. And little that I know, there are other people out there that are actually living from the information or from the knowledge that you've shared, and it goes a long way. I mean, after 7 years, I'm like, wow, I couldn't stop saying wow, and I mean, this is why I am so excited, and I'm so worked up, with just life in general. And I'm like thinking, what can I do to share? I've got this business opportunity that I'm doing right now, and I'm like, I need to get the word out. I need to get the word out, because saving someone's life just doesn't mean like, physically saving their life. They might die tomorrow or something like that. But I mean, it can be anything, financially, relationship wise, pretty much anything that you could share from experience, from the past, that could actually touches someone else's life. And I mean, it was an eye-opener for me, because I have so much up my sleeves that I can't get the video rolling, fast enough to actually get it out there, give out the message. And it's just unreal. And and this basically brings me to the business that I'm doing, and I'm absolutely excited about it. And we're doing wonderful, and then people are making money, and it's just unreal. And infinity to global, I've never had an opportunity like it before, and where it actually pays you real money, and people are changing lives, including ours. I'm working from home full time now, and I couldn't have never done it before, without I2G and infinity to global. So guys, this is basically what it is. I came back and I've pondered, and I have so many issues in my own life like everybody else, and but to know that you've touched someone else's life is unreal. It speaks for itself, the work that we do. And and it brings me to the scripture that I absolutely love, and it's it talks about how we let our light so shine, before men, and we glorify our Father who is in heaven. And and everything that we do is all blessings, and blessings that we individually, we may not know that it's there. But I was like, I don't know how to describe the feeling. But when that woman came up to me that day, it just, it breaks down all the walls, that were up. It actually gave me a lot more confidence than I've ever had before. And guys, I mean, if you're sitting on the fence, guys, come on board. I believe in you, and I believe in myself. You know, I'm emotionally a different person now, because knowing that, you know, I touched other people's lives. And I mean, that was just one of them. Imagine how many that was in that room, because I was out there giving, you know, on the topic of women's health. So that brings me to the end, because I know I don't want to keep the video going too long, but I want to share with you what I learned in my in the health industry when I was working there, is how to actually test for your own breast examine in your own home. So women, I'm gonna just quickly do this, you know, from here, just to show you a bit of what you know, what to do, because I know a lot of women don't know how to test or check on themselves. So rather than you having to go to the doctors every time, you can do this from home. And I would recommend, I'm not a nurse, so don't hold me against that, but I just want to share with you, you know, what I shared on that day that has made this lady, you know, has brought her mother, her daughter, and herself, you know, they're living 70 years, you know, even longer, so who knows, they might live even more. But I mean, I just wanted to share with you how to actually examine yourself at home, in the comfort of your own home, and just look out for you know, lumps and things on your own breast, and be able to go and see the doctors a lot sooner than later. So in order for you to detect it a lot quicker. So ladies, if you're in your if you're sitting down, sit up straight like this. Make sure you're sitting up so your breast is up here. So I'm just going to give you a bit of a demonstration, but I would recommend that you would do it in the shower while you're having a shower, because you're actually washing down, and your body is warm at the same time, and also you don't have any clothes on like I do right now, so that you can actually feel for your breast for an exam. So how it is that your arm, your left breast, you use your right arm, right hand to examine your left breast, and on your right breast you use your left arm to examine your right breast. So here it goes. So what we do, we put your arm up like so, like you're having a stretch like this. So make sure you're actually sitting up straight, like really tall. I'm sitting in my car right now, but put your arm behind your head, so do your left, and then just with your fingers, not your part here, but with your fingers, what you do, you go right around on your side here, because this is where the cancer can sometimes go right into your mid part here. And then you just, what do you do with your little fingers? Just around here, you do a feel. So you just feel around, you know, up here, just do and just feel for lumps, you know, feel around where your underarm is. Sometimes you're thinking your breast is over here, so you just do a feel over here, but you don't actually reach out to where sometimes the cancer actually sits, and it's right where your underarm is, right here, just around where the breast, the inside of the breast is. So you know, you just basically, you do a feel, but like I said, I would recommend that you do it in the shower, because it's nice and warm, or just after you've hopped out of the shower. So you basically just run your fingers, run your fingers, and just do a feel, you know, just feel around underneath, and just come right around. Don't squeeze it, like, you know, don't go but yeah, but just run your finger right around, and just have a feel, you know, have a feel of your, and then at the same time you do a swap over, and you do the same with this one here. But remember that where you are missing out on, it's right in here where your underarm is, because you know, a lot of us, you know, when the cancer goes too deep into the inside, it actually goes right into your bones, and that's where it gets really critical, and that's when the doctors say it's too late, there's nothing they can do. So just be very, very gentle, you know, and just do a feel around your breast, and that will basically, you know, if you do that, I basically do that every time I shower, so it's every day for me. I do a test. So, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do it every single day. But you know, you do it whenever, you know, at least now you know how to examine your own breast. So, you know, do it regularly. You know, if you have a history of family, you know, with breast cancer, you know, then I would say, you know, every day like I do. You know, it takes me about, since that I know what I'm doing, it takes me about 30 seconds each. So in the shower, you know, but you know, that's something that you can actually do from home, just to detect and, you know, going through feeling of your own breast and stuff like that. And if you see, like, you know, things that you think, you know, oh, it doesn't look right, must go and see the doctor straight away. You know, don't leave it to chance, and don't leave it, oh yeah, it's gonna get better. Go straight away and find out, because you could save yourself your life and a pair of breasts. So yeah, so that's it, guys. I just wanted to share that with you. If you know, if you're basically you know, wanting to know a little bit more, and even with our husbands, boyfriends, you know, if you're watching this, guys, help your partners out. I mean, there's no point of earning so much money in the world if you're not going to be able to have your partners with you to share them with you. So absolutely, guys, I absolutely love you guys, and you know, just wanted to leave you guys with that, and I hope you've enjoyed it. And please subscribe to my channel. You know, come on board, ask any questions if there's any questions you want to know. Like I said before, I'm not a nurse or a doctor or anything like that, but I learn a lot in my time in the health industry, especially to do with women's health, cervical cancer, as well as breast cancer. I'm very passionate about that. And yeah, so do come on board, share with me your thoughts and ideas about it. Any experience that you've had in the past, you know, about your health. You know, we're here to all you know, learn off each other and share ideas and thoughts and experiences, so that we sometimes, and we may be able to possibly help someone else's, you know, save their lives as well. So with that, guys, thank you so much for coming on board and watching my video, and I'll see you on my next video. Have a great one. Bye now.